got a future Hall of Famer, Tony Dungy, joining us in the Man Cave. At least you may be a Hall of Famer this year on Saturday. Explain the process. How many finalists are there right now?
15 finalists, and then 2, I think, from the seniors group. So 17 altogether, but of the new guys, only 5 can go in. So we'll go to a hotel, everybody's there, and then at 4 o'clock on Saturday, they tell you 10 of you didn't make it, and good luck next year, and 5 get in.
So they're going to walk in and basically go, you and you and you.
Yes.
No, not you.
Not you, Tony.
You.
No, you're over there, right?
Can you admit that you want to be in the Hall of Fame?
You know, I do want to be in it, but Coach Noel always used to say that your job as a coach was to make your players play better or help your players play better. So I look at it this way. If John Lynch and Derek Brooks and Marvin Harrison go in this year and I don't, I will have done my job, and that kind of makes me a Hall of Fame coach. So I'm hoping they go in.
All right. Well, good luck on Saturday. Spend some time with your former pupil, Peyton Manning. Can I call him your former pupil?
I think that's okay, yeah.
Were you his pupil too?
I had to learn, yeah. When I got there, I had to learn some things about the offense and how we did things, yeah.
Were you ever around anybody who understood the offense quite like Peyton Manning?
No, there's some guys who really had a good grasp of it and guys who understood football, but Peyton takes it to another degree. He was the most studious guy that I've ever been involved with.
But did you just leave him like he was the offensive coordinator, or
no,
Tom Moore?
No, not really. That's the misconception about Peyton, that he wants to design everything, and it's not that way. He wants to know everything, but he wants the offensive coordinators to come up with the plan, design it, and he'll tweak it some. But no, he does not want to be the offensive coordinator.
How does he take criticism?
Well, because he wants to be good. He wants to be the best. Now, you can't, blast him in front of the whole team, and you got to do it the right way. But that was the first thing he told me when I got the job in Indy. I want to be coached. I want to be good. I want to win. So if there's things that I'm not doing that can help us win, I need to know.
But you wouldn't do it in a film session. Let's say through 3 interceptions. You critique him differently than you did other players?
Not really. You can do it in the right way. You can't say, that was a dumb throw. What were you thinking? That's the worst throw I've ever seen. You can't do that. But to say, hey, we got to protect the ball here, and he would say, yeah, I know that. Bad play on my part.
How many secrets do you really have about Peyton that you'll take to your grave as far as the way he quarterbacks?
There's not that many secrets. Most people know him. I would say he's not that hard to figure out. Now, defending it is hard. Russell Wilson, to me, would be harder to prepare for than Peyton Manning, because with Peyton, you know what you're going to get. It's just you've got to be really good to defend it.
Okay, and you said that to me. Russell Wilson has another element to his game. But as far as defending Peyton Manning, if you were coaching Seattle's defense, what are you forcing him? What do you hope he does?
Well, you've got to take away what he wants to do best. You've got to be able to get pressure without blitzing, without tipping off where you're coming from, and you've got to force him to make a lot of throws. Don't let him beat you with 3 or 4 big plays. Make him go down the field. Make him throw 45 passes.
Do you think that's what he's going to do?
I think they will. If the weather's nice, I think they'll throw. I think he'll feel like they've got some things they can take advantage of, some matchups that he likes against that secondary.
Well, you have an aggressive secondary. Will he take it? He didn't answer that when I asked him, how do you take advantage of that secondary? Because they are aggressive. How would you game plan?
I promise you he's got some things. Watching Earl Thomas play and the number of plays he makes from center field that should be completions, that he's breaking them up at 12 to 15 yards, you're going to see some things where it looks like it's an intermediate route and then there's a ball going deep over his head. If they have time to throw him, they'll get some things on him. But that's the key. To me, the whole key to the game is how well can Seattle's front 4 rush.
Peyton was amazed at how Omaha just took off. I mean, he just said, Dan, I don't get it. We got San Diego to jump offsides, and I guess, everybody got caught up in Omaha. He goes, but Eli's been saying it, and Tom's been saying it. So then I started thinking about what are the other words that he used. And you mentioned that he's used other words at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, hurry was one for going on one, and he used that for a while. Now it seems to be Omaha. He's used other things. You were talking with James Lofton about the snap count. He's used a million things for the snap count.
Like?
For instance, okay, I'm going to give you a snap count quiz.
Okay.
Obama, Biden, Hillary.
So 1, 2, and Hillary's 3.
Hillary's 3. Okay. Peyton, Sorgi, Betts.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So Jim Sorgi would actually get mentioned as the backup quarterback?
Absolutely. We're going on 2. Yeah, because Sorgi's number 2. I mean, now.
Osweiler?
No. How about this one?
Or Brock?
How about this one? Teixeira, Cano, Jeter.
First, second, and short. So big 1, 2, 3?
Wrong. Jeter's on 2 because that's his jersey number. So you can't always.
But Teixeira, I don't do his jersey. Cano is 24. Wait. How do I get Cano?
That's why the other team jumps offside.
Okay. Wait a minute. What is Cano? What number is that?
I don't know. That one I don't know.
Oh, my God.
But I know Jeter was on 2.
But did you? I think he even uses
maybe because he batted. I don't know how it was. But
Jeter would be 2. Cano. Is Cano 3, Teixeira 4, Seaton? Is that how that
That's probably what it was.
Was that be in the order?
That's probably what it was.
Yeah, so maybe it's 2. Okay.
Some things even I didn't know.
But were you clued in on these things when he would come up with these?
Well, if I'd sit in the signals meeting, he'd have these meetings with the offense. Okay, here's what we're changing. This week's snap count is the president. Next week's snap count is something else. This week, Omaha means this unless I give you disregard. And that's what happened against San Diego. It was a lot of disregard the Omaha. Oh, that my bad, Coach. That was a disregard the Omaha. I thought he was going,
You scared me there. And he hates those microphones. Peyton hates. He tried to get those turned off.
But it's actually a good thing for him because everybody sits there. Brian Billick was talking about John Turling, looking at the TV copies and all that. So you do that. You spend 6 days listening to all that, and then he changes everything on Saturday. And when it's your game, it doesn't even mean anything.
He's Tony Dungy joining us in studio, one of the Hall of Fame finalists. But you've said this before. Peyton has too much time to prepare. Like he can be his own worst enemy, right?
Well, the thing about it, everybody else can't soak in all that. So he, does all this. We're going to change
and
this,
he's paranoid
this, come up
too,
with
right?
That, and paranoid. And they've got 2 weeks to study, so we've got to change more. And he can make those changes real quick. Let's change the snap count. Let's change the meaning of this. Let's change this hand signal. But you've got 10 other guys who have to get it all and process it.
Woody Page wrote a column, Denver Post, yesterday. He said, Peyton wins the Super Bowl, then it's over. Greatest quarterback of all time.
That probably will be the case for this year, the way we react. But, Peyton has played great.
Does he need to win another Super Bowl to be the greatest quarterback?
He probably does in the flow of things and the way people are going to look at it. He doesn't in my mind, but I think in history and pro football, if he wins 2 with different organizations, different teams, people are going to then take all of the 15-year career in the regular season and all the MVPs and say, yeah, this guy was the best.
Bradshaw gets no love for 4 Super Bowls. Is it because that Steeler team, you had a Hall of Fame coach, the greatest defense probably that ever stepped on the field. You got Franco, Stallworth, I guess Swan. Terry.
That's why I don't understand the argument. Okay, Terry's got 4, never lost the Super Bowl, played great, was the MVP a couple times, and people say, well, hey, look at all the other players they had. Now, Peyton only has 1, and it's, well, how come you didn't win 4 Super Bowls? You're right. The argument doesn't hold water.
But that Steeler team, I think the argument is that anybody could have quarterbacked them and won Super Bowls. Is that fair?
No, it's not fair because Terry did a lot, and you still had to make the big plays. And we're playing against some good teams. It wasn't like Dallas didn't have players, and the Raiders didn't have players. So, Terry was the missing link. And, no, you can't say, hey, anybody would have went in there and done it. That's not true.
Terry's goofy, though.
He is that.
How goofy was he when so you're on the Steelers? Give me your favorite Terry story when you're playing with the Steelers and Bradshaw's the quarterback.
I'll give you 2.
Good.
We're getting ready to play a game against Buffalo, and he's about 3 lockers down from me, and he's telling Rocky Blyer, so watch what I do in this media session. So the TV people come in, and what's the key to the game? And he told every TV station something different. Totally goofy, and had nothing to do with the game. So I'm going to see if they run this on the 6 o'clock news. We're getting ready to play Buffalo. The equipment man is worse than out here today, probably minus 15 in Buffalo. Equipment man says, Terry, I got the special long underwear for you need it. It's really cold out there. I don't like long underwear. Terrible. Goes out there just in, shirt sleeves, regular, throws 3 picks, we lose the game. It was Tony Parisi's fault. If I'd had long underwear, I could have functioned out there. I don't know what happened. Honest truth. He had fun. He didn't take it seriously, and that's why he was good. He did not take it seriously. This Super Bowl week, he had so much fun when I was there in 13. Hey, enjoy it. Have fun with the media. We'll get the Cowboys. Don't even worry about the game. Just have fun. That's the way he approached it.
Really?
Yeah. And that gave us confidence. I was a second-year guy. I said, man, these Cowboys are good. What do you mean don't worry about it? We got this. We got this.
He had to drive Coach Noll crazy.
He did.
Right? Right?
Yes, he did.
I mean, he had to. Where Chuck said, run this, and then Terry would change it?
He did that sometimes too, and he just had a feel about things. And that's one thing for Coach Noll. If the quarterback had a feel and how things were going to go and what he wanted, he'd always ask Terry what he liked. Bill Walsh had his first 20 plays or whatever, and Coach Noll would go to Terry on Saturday night. What do you like? What do you feel good about? That's what we want to run. And he knew he'd make it work.
And you got a book coming out, don't you?
Yeah, we do. My wife and I together. Called Uncommon Marriage. And I think the key, it probably talks about what a saint she had to be 31 years in marriage with me. But we're excited about it.
What's it about?
It's about...
Why is it uncommon?
Well, I guess in this day and age, maybe marriage in itself and lasting 30 years is uncommon. But we talked about how 2 people become one, how you grow together, how you think together, raise a family together, all those things. And just some pointers that we've seen in our lives.
How many children have you adopted?
Well, let's just say this. We've got 9 altogether, still 6 in the house. The last 6 are young and adopted, and we're having fun with them.
Well, you brought your little one in, and when he did his touchdown celebrations, oh, my God, he sack dances. Ray Lewis. And he looks like he could be Russell Wilson, his son. I mean, he's adorable. Yeah. And he's about the same height as Russell Wilson, I think. Oh, but man, when he came in, was that Justin?
Justin.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, we've got 6 young ones that keep us hopping, and they've been a real blessing.
Well, it's great to see. I know Saturday's a big day, and I'll be rooting for you. But if not this year, then I know soon for the Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much. Definitely appreciate it.
Tony Dungy. The book is Uncommon Marriage. It'll be available on February 4th.